Howdy!
What a terrible sight. Those must be those dreaded European ships looking to establish a colony or sphere of influence.
Oh no, those are my ships. I'm the United States of America. I'm not European, per se.
What a relief! One could only imagine what they would do to me if they ever were to attack me, just like how they divided China amongst them. Europeans are only but a destabilizing menace.
Anyways, I'm here to discuss some stuff with you. Can we go inside? Listen, man, you've been isolating for 2 centuries now. The world out there has plenty of new technology and goods. I'm sure we could all benefit from trading with each other.
I might have to decline on that offer. During my isolationism, I've managed to establish a self-sufficient state capable of providing for itself.
Come on, man. I'm not looking to scam you. We'll both benefit from opening your country for trade. I'm sure of it.
Perhaps not this instant, though.
Listen, buddy. Those ships you saw out there aren't just for show. They're armed to the teeth with modern weaponry. I tried to ask nicely, but if you don't want to cooperate, then I may or may not tell my ships to set this whole place on fire. And I don't think you want that, do you?
But this treaty is overwhelmingly unfair. It'll give you the right to dictate tariff rates without my consent. You are just like those Europeans, seeking only their own good.
What can I say? I have my European roots. Just sign there.
Done.
Yeah, thanks a bunch, man. You've now entered diplomatic relations with me. Maybe we could do the same with the rest of Europe. Catch you on the flip-flop.
I've seen how they humiliated China. I won't allow them to do the same here. But I must say, the West is quite admirable in terms of their colonial might. Perhaps instead of fighting them, it might be ideal to join their cause.
Thank you, everyone. We couldn't have defeated the Central Powers without everyone's help. Russia kinda bailed on us, but hey, cheers to the victors.
May I have a drink too?
Oh, hello, Japan. What brings you here?
As a victor of the war, I'm looking forward to discussing the terms of the treaties.
Really?
Yes, sir. Though mainly fought in Europe, the Great War stretched to other continents. As an ally of the Entente, Japan seized the German Empire's colonial possessions in Asia during the war. In fact, they joined the war before us.
Sneaky old Japan pulling a fast one. Germany was busy fighting in Europe, so you joined just to take advantage of the situation. That's clever, I'll give you that, but I'm afraid I don't have any booze left myself.
Right.
To summarize the treaty, the hereby present nations of the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Italy, and Japan agreed to maintain a set ratio of warship tonnage. For the US and Great Britain, that'll be 500,000. Japan will be allowed 300,000, and both France and Italy 175,000 each.
Why would the US and the Britain be allowed more than the rest of us?
Britain and I have navies in both the Atlantic and the Pacific, so we need more resources to keep our navies up. You, on the other hand, only have to focus on the Pacific, so it's only fair.
Isn't this unfair?
Hey, don't look at me, man. Everyone signed the treaty already, including yourself.
How humiliating.
Empire of Japan? The exit's the other way.
Right. My apologies.
Sir, should we do anything about the recent Japanese expansion?
What about Japan?
To recap, back in 1931, the Japanese army invaded Manchuria and installed a puppet government of Manchu Kuo. Just recently, Japan took the choice to invade mainland China, committing several war crimes in the process, including mass killings, human experimentation, biological warfare, use of chemical weapons, torture of prisoners of war, avoidable hunger, cannibalism, rape, forced labor, looting.
Whoa, DC, stop right there! I sure got the gist of it, and we don't want to get demonetized, right?
But it's the truth, sir. Something needs to be done about it.
Alright, you go and provide the Chinese with supplies, and I'll go talk it out with Japan.
Understood.
Hey Japan, you are hereby condemned by the United States for all your heinous acts. Shame on you. Though we can still trade as always, what happened to your internationalism? Weren't you in the League of Nations?
None of the nations present in that organization respect me. None of you understand the hardships I face. This is what I had to do. I will establish the East Asian Core Prosperity Sphere to counter the bulge of the menacing bulge of Anglo-American cultural and political hegemony.
That's not a pretty name, nor is all the damage you've caused. Sorry man, but all this hardcore stuff needs to end, now. Perhaps I'll take the choice to stop trading with you.
I beg you to reconsider. You should know that we need each other's trade in order to survive.
America! Just recently, the American gunboat Panay, along with 3 other boats, have been attacked and sank by Japanese planes on the Yangtze River.
What the heck, Japan?
I must apologize. If I were to assume my planes didn't see the American flags painted on the sides of the ship, I will issue a formal apology offer a payment as compensation, and promise that this will never happen again.
Alright, if you say so. We'll continue trading.
I find it quite odd for you to abstain from attacking me, despite our belligerent status, France. You fear any form of retaliation, and thus you're terrified of this situation escalating like the last war. I don't blame you for fearing me. Fear has allowed humanity to evolve through countless generations. But you should know that a predator will attack its prey given the right moment. And you allowed me just that. You set aside your differences with your century-old rival Britain. Despite this, you two are still weak. There is no place in this world for such a weakling to exist. That's why I'll reform this continent under my ideals. I won't forgive you for the humiliation I've been through after the Treaty of Versailles. That's why you will pay your rights this instant. Farewell, France.
Japanese aggression continues to upset many of our citizens and the West.
Okay, I was working on this Export Control Act. What we will do is that we will ban exports of basic war materials to Japan.
Konnichiwa.
I'm glad I can gather you all here. There is a matter of the utmost importance we need to discuss. Despite Italy's incompetence, the war is going well in our favor. In the grand scheme of time, this war will be no more than a trivial footnote in the history of our empires. Sacrifices must be made to secure our best interests to achieve our aspirations. No, I wouldn't call them aspirations, because they will become reality. The 1,000-year Reich and the Great East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere will be the dominant powers of this earth. This idea has been challenged by the Allies, unable to understand the benefits of our new world order will bring about. This continent will soon fall. After the fall of France, Britain has been left on its own. Though our victories seem to be within reach, there is one problem: the United States of America. By signing this treaty, we have created a defensive alliance between our two empires. Oh, sorry. I meant to say three. Our joint forces will deter the United States from entering the conflict. Or, if America doesn't mind their own business, his forces will be slaughtered! I respect you, Japan. We share some of the goals, an equal drastic measure to attain them. With our new alliance, we will fend off whatever rats dare to oppose us, and give this world a new coat of paint.
Understood. Given that you've defeated France already, would you say that it would be a good idea to invade French Indochina?
Asia rightfully belongs to you. Seize it as part of your empire. I don't mind. I'll just ask you to make sure the United States won't jeopardize their operations.
The Japanese army has just invaded French Indochina, sir.
Won't they just leave France alone already? First proper France, and now their colonies are being attacked too? We owe so much to the French. Perhaps this will be the time to take action. From now on, we will freeze absolutely all trade with Japan. If they want to use the Panama Canal, then tough luck for them. It's gonna be closed.
Today, the Japanese army has performed a deliberate surprise attack on the naval base in Honolulu, as well as several attacks on the rest of our colonies, I mean, overseas territories in the Pacific.
We've been edging war for many years now. I wanted to be on good terms with Japan, but I cannot forgive them for doing this. DC, we're going to war.
Our island-hopping campaign seems to be working, sir, though of the cost of many American lives being lost during the fierce battles. An invasion of Japan is possible, though it would come with a fierce fight. What has made the Japanese so challenging to fight is that they are willing to fight to their death. Nothing is more honorable for them than to die defending their nation.
We don't need to, DC. Remember that we have the atom bombs.
Would it be right to use them? Who are we to decide the ultimate doom of thousands of Japanese civilians?
Yeah, that's one big ethical dilemma. But President Truman ordered that we have to use them.
But sir, I thought you were the one in charge here.
No, DC. I'm just a cartoon meant to personify a country. Sort of uncomfortable to think about sometimes. Japan, we are in the possession of the greatest explosive device ever devised by man. Surrender now and we'll save ourselves a lot of trouble.
You've been bombing my cities for a while, yet the will of my people prevail. We won't surrender to you.
Yield! We will only accept an unconditional surrender.
What a fool you are to suggest that. More than anyone, you should know that my people won't be humiliated, but rather fight until their last breath to defend their country.
Well, guess we'll try it again.
The war has developed not necessarily to Japan's advantage. I shall surrender on the condition that we keep our emperor.
Oh, I insist! Only unconditional surrender will do, or we'll be forced to drop another one.
But sir, we don't have any more atomic bombs.
Shh, DC, they don't know that.
Fine. It seems I'll have to yield.
You will now be subject to our occupation for 7 years. Your empire is no more, though we will allow you to keep your emperor.
We will remove the military factor and rebuild the economic and political systems aiming to restore Japan into a democratic nation.
And here you go, a brand new constitution for you, similar to the one the Brits have. Also, you're forbidden to have a military now. thank you for inviting me to Christmas, Japan. Usually Christian countries celebrate it, so I'm surprised to see you're here to cherish in good old Jesus.
Oh, scheiße! No, I don't celebrate Christmas for religious purposes. I think of it more like a time to spend together with your loved ones and to appreciate everything good you have.
Anyways, why did you ask me to bring this KFC takeout?
Ah, in Japan, it is a tradition to gather at this time of the year and have a Kentucky Fried Chicken dinner.
You know, it's funny to think that we would become such close allies considering all that we've been through. You dragged me over a war I was so reluctant to join, fought me like there was no tomorrow, and then I virtually got rid of your empire, dropped 2 atomic bombs over civilian cities, and occupied your country militarily, and now I'm your closest ally. Isn't that crazy?
Though the bamboo forest is dense, water flows through it freely.
Yeah. I also think it might be because your neighbors kinda hate you, but hey, they also hate me! But you know, I'm happy that we're friends now.
Indeed, America-san. May our friendship last for countless of decades in the future.
Aw, you even called me San! Whatever that means. Also, do you know where I can find Nintendo's headquarters?
Of course. That will be in Kyoto. For what reason you ask?
Oh, I'm here to sue them. You see, these Joy-Cons drift all the time, even though I take good care of them. I'm not paying any money to buy new ones or repair them, but I will use my money to sue them.
Well, I don't have control over that. Nintendo is a private company.
Yeah, I knew that. See you, Japan.
Sir, how was your trip to Japan?
Well, I sued Nintendo, and we agreed that we could send in our Joy-Cons and they would repair them for free.
I thought you went there to talk to Japan about China.